Hi, folks! Not to be confused with Ugly Clothes theme, which we did some time back. This is Wacky Super Suit Week, a cover fashion parade of the worst supersuits in comicdom. I'm your host, the Grey Man, and as you always, I'm impeccably dressed and looking dapper. And I'm joined by a panel who are dressed much crapper. First up, this guy's supersuit is all leather and comes with straps and a ball-gag. It's Metagimp! Metarog!
True.
Metarog, sorry, I'm mistaken there. Slight mistake. This guy's supersuit has arms that tie up behind the back, fresh from his padded room. It's Mag Musings. There he is. His hands are free for once. Oh, there we go. Let's just hope he doesn't do what he normally does with his hands free. This slinger has a number of wacky suits that make him feel good. Sailor, construction worker, Native American chief, cop, cowboy. Here he is, not straight from the village. It's Kal-El.
Hangs out at the YMCA usually,
Yeah.
Great to have the Jedi back.
This guy's supersuit is an adult diaper. He doesn't need one. He just likes to know he can go pee-pee and poo-poo wherever he goes. It's Captain Comics.
That's true.
There you go.
Boy.
He can drop a deuce whenever he needs to. Some say this woman is sharply dressed, but everyone agrees she has cutting comments and a spiky personality. It's our judge, Matilda Gothica.
Yay!
And that is your panel for this week's Cover Slingers Showdown, folks. And kicking off, everyone vote badly for Kyle because, just give him bad votes, basically.
Good to have you back, Mr. Kyle.
Poor Kyle.
Considering I got like 10 minutes notice to pull these out. But I figure I'd start with the most ridiculous costume.
Well, that's the epitome of this show, getting ready 10 minutes before and seeing whatever happens.
How about a Union Jack?
But that
is that a shot across the bloody bow?
Could not get more ridiculous than a Union
I
Jack.
think some British.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of an attractive outfit.
I think you'll find the stars and stripes that Captain America wears. It's far more ridiculous than the Union Jack.
Hi, Steven Spock.
Okay.
I think this is a dig at Gray. Has to be.
Yeah.
Methinks he took off his
Can't
glove
beat
and
that
bloody slapped
opportunity.
you, sir.
I suppose I think it's better than a Japanese flag with just like an inchy ring piece, I suppose.
Anybody using Sunfire? No?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Oh dear. Well, that's just cruel. That's just cruel and unusual.
That's just a dick slap in the face to Gray for telling me 15 minutes before.
He only gave you 15 minutes.
Mate. Come on. Well,
It's a nice date stamp, though.
That's a great cover and a great.
Oh God, does Mr. Nobbin have a speedo?
Failed miserably already. Name of speedo is worse. It's true.
I hope he doesn't actually have one. All right, we have this. I think my thumbnail wins this show, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You have to admit, Bob looks good in that outfit.
A stomach turning one.
I need therapy after that thumbnail.
Yeah.
I think it's my best work yet.
Yeah.
I had a blast making that one. My grandma came over. What the fuck is that?
I wouldn't mind. That wasn't Photoshop. That was a picture Bob sent her.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't have to do any alterations.
No Photoshop necessary.
Yeah, I mean, Bob just wears the fat suit, so we never know. All right, so we have Wacky Super Suits. I don't know if I count the Union Jack one as wacky.
It's not.
It actually looks very good.
Yeah.
I like the flag there. I guess you could say, the part of the flag goes to cover the penis. Maybe that would be wacky, but
okay.
Not really.
I don't think you want it uncovered, Matilda. That would be a wacky super suit. If it wasn't covered, that would be wacky. It'd be Union Jack plus his flagpole.
That's true. That wouldn't be Comics Code approved, would it?
No, it wouldn't.
To be honest, I think Union Jack is only when it's on a ship. It's called a Union Jack. When it's not on a ship, it's just called a Union flag, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere.
Interesting.
That's great.
So his name changes?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Don't quote me on it.
That sounds a bit stupid, though, doesn't it?
Gray, when you wear it on a shirt, it's called a Union Jack off.
The ladies union jack off.
Definitely have Kyle in the chat. I mean,
all right. Man, I don't know what to give this one. It's not exactly wacky. It actually looks
probably
really
a 7.
good.
Very low score is what you should give it, Matilda.
A Union Jack is attractive, so I'll give you a 7.
But it's not meant to be scoring it for being attractive. You meant to score it for being wacky. All right, then talking of wacky, let's go to that wacky.
What can I say? I like a good-looking gentleman.
That wacky New Jersey, right?
Right, yeah, temporarily, but yeah, correct.
Mr. Metarog brought the echo with him.
Yeah,
not the character.
Sorry about that. So this one here, when I saw this category, I went through my comics, and obviously I brought them over here to Jersey, right? And I was like, this is like so wacky, weird, just bizarre costume, right? And it is Champions number 5.
I'll be the judge of that.
With Rampage.
It looks like a humanoid fire hydrant.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking. And he has like an exoskeleton, on the outside of his costume.
That's not very genius.
On the outside?
Yeah, if it's an exoskeleton.
Yeah, it's like Wolverine wearing his underwear on his pants.
Right. Why wasn't that under the costume? I don't get it. But
then it would be an endoskeleton.
Yeah.
I think there was just no room, maybe.
Not under his skin.
Oh no, but I think maybe the costume was too tight there. Like he's gonna look weird, all these bulges.
Well, he looks weird with them this way as well.
I think Roger's reaching from New Jersey all the way to Florida with that one.
I mean, it does look like a fire hydrant.
If you'd gone with his main enemy, Wonder Man's costume from West Coast Avengers in the 80s, that would have probably got more points than Rampage.
I don't get it. Did they later bring Wonder Man back? Because in that issue I read, they killed him off the same issue.
Yeah, no, he's been around for ages. He died when he early on, but he came back.
He came back in the 70s. Yeah.
Let's test your theory, Matilda. Put Doyle next to the comic. If he lifts his leg up to pee on it, then he does look like a fire hydrant, all right? That's how we can test that.
Doyle's running around. Apparently dogs have the zoomies as well.
I
can't believe you messed with the poor cat's blinking atmosphere by bringing a dog in.
Yeah, that's true. That upset their world. Yep.
I feel sorry for Watson and Vasher.
Well, Watson has something new to sniff, and Vice is in the room all the time anyway. He doesn't care. Look at it this way. He's hoping that now Doyle will start chasing Watson, and then Watson will leave him alone.
Good point. I think we might have back-to-back 7s, Matilda. What think you?
That does look like a fire hydrant. It is pretty stupid and wacky. That's how I would even design it. And the exoskeleton.
It's a perfectly good red color, that suit. I don't mean, Roger's imagining.
Yeah, still, he looks too much like a fire hydrant. I'm giving it a 9.
Oh God, the Roger effect strikes again.
Oh, you were reaching on that one, mister.
Shocking. This is you go back and watch that ugly clothes one. It's exactly the same. It's the Cap got all the blinking kudos. A woman with a bikini bottom and a pair of blinking elastoplast over her nipples, and she got a 10 for it.
I'll give away my comics.
There was barely any clothes there, let alone ugly clothes.
All right, now, what's wackier than a vampire? It's a female vampire named Vampire. No, that's not what we're going with. We're going with Super Pro Special Edition. Now that is a wacky superhero costume.
Bill, I don't know. It's like a super footballer. I don't know if it's that wacky though.
Did you use that to mop the floor? What happened to that comic?
Yeah, I picked this up. I don't know, in some collection years ago, and it's sitting in my.
Wow.
It looks like someone sat with his ass on it for like a year.
Have you been using it as a blinking a cup stand or something like that? Is that what you've been using it?
Was that your chair cushion, Bill, that you never saw? Was that what that is?
It is a chair cushion.
That is so bad that Poppy can't even bother to look at it. Look at that. Poppy just
listen to you conditioned snobs, all right?
My God.
Here's Mr. I don't get any slab under a 9.0.
No, exactly.
Right.
True.
I wouldn't even send that to CGC. It might come back with pubic hair on it.
You should put that in a slab and bury it at sea.
Just a beauty.
An effigy. Forget it. Forget about slab.
I think that's meant for the woodpecker's toilet.
That's not a super suit.
All right.
That's a hand egg costume.
I don't know what hand egg is.
From football hero to superhero.
It's what they call.
Yeah, but it's not that wacky. I mean, it looks like what you imagine a super footballer would wear. You know, you got the helmet, the shoulder pads. It's actually quite a good-looking costume. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Ooh,
far too high, Dakota. Far too high.
Well, the art is fantastic. Even though it looks like an ass cushion.
See what Cap's got.
Well, I got the best suit on for tonight, for sure.
Yeah, you do, Mr. Cal.
You're losing weight, Cap.
Yeah. So, but for a while,
after the puppies.
You look like Adamant doing Halloween. You know Prince Charming, that's for sure.
Oh, never. I'm the one they always warn you about.
Yeah.
But this wacky suit, besides my own, is a great suit to have, and it's called a jumpsuit.
Oh my gosh, scraping the barrel.
Yeah.
A green jumpsuit. What is? I would say it was wacky. I say
pretty boring, but I wouldn't call it wacky.
Yeah, definitely.
In the old country, if we say jumper, we mean sweater. Isn't that right, Gray Man?
Yeah, that's right. We jumper as a sweater. That's true. That's
one piece.
I think you're downplaying the working
man. It is a suit.
Yeah. Are you an anti-proletariat there?
Yeah, Matilda's gone quiet. Look, because
No, I'm here. I'm here.
You sure?
With a communist leading, she doesn't like the fact that he's putting down the proletariat, right? Like you said.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, that's just a prison suit, but green. Not very wacky.
No.
It's got a nice green color to it.
It's actually attractive.
That Kirby art, by the way. Well, anyhow,
I think it is. Yeah, looks Kirby-ish.
Yeah,
it's awful, Matilda.
I'm gonna. Oh boy, it's not even a little bit wacky.
No.
I'm gonna get wacky. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to give it a 6.
I think it deserves.
Now that's the scoring I'm talking about.
Whoa! Right. I think it deserves it.
Hot right now. Holy smokes!
Are low scores the winners?
Yeah, that cut him right to the bone, didn't it?
It did.
We've got red, we've got white, we've got green. We've got
that's a good-looking costume.
And a wristwatch.
A lot of yellow.
Yellow cape and a blinking dial on his head, like he's a blinking clock.
That looks sharp.
Wacky. Why are his ears like? Why are the Hulk with ears? I don't know. It's just like whatever.
That's the way Bill dresses, so he thinks.
Yeah, I dress like that every Saturday night. What are you talking about?
Look at those pinstripe leggings. Come on, that's Bill all the way.
Yep.
He's got his prison jumpsuit underneath. I like that.
You got to wear something to amuse the wife. You can't be naked all the time making her laugh.
Gray Man mistook this for handsome costume.
That's a wacky costume if ever I saw one.
Well, it's definitely ugly.
He may go out like that all the time. Exactly.
Well, let's leave Gray Man out of it. Let's focus on that cover.
The wacky color scheme.
Phil.
You don't get, most costumes, sensible costumes. Like Roger's costume, for example, all red, a nice shade of red all the way through. This guy looks like he's threw his stuff out of the closet. Whatever colors he had is what he put on. That's my wacky take on it.
All right, what are you scoring this handsome costume, Matilda?
Poppy, like this comic?
Just a second.
Yeah, that's a
was that a Vogue magazine you just showed, Gray Man? I didn't see
that.
There he is. Hi, Doyle.
This is a cat stream, Poppy. Matilda.
No doggies allowed on the cat stream.
The cat stream only.
Are you getting kisses?
Yep. Are you trying to eat me? No, it's okay. Yeah. All right, come on. That's
a 10.
Now that's more like it. It's definitely ugly. But the clock on it, okay, no mouth kisses.
Yeah.
That's definitely more like it. I'll give you a 9.
Oh,
yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
What?
Okay,
no 10s that round, man.
Vote for me.
No 10s.
When we did the ugly clothing, she never gave any 10s out that week either. So be prepared for low scores, guys.
Well, Matilda has high standards,
I think she was just feeling finicky when we did the ugly clothes stream. She was like, this scored less on the ugly clothes stream, I've got to say. I used a different copy of Kronos.
Those are a bunch of boobs.
Look at Tori's.
It's one of the horrible dog things I've told you about.
There's some nepotism going on.
All right, we got 2 votes for you, Mr. Gray. Hi, Tori. 1 vote for you, Mr. Cap. 1 for Kyle. Another one for you, Mr. Gray. So you're in the lead with 3. 1 for Mr. Metarog. You see, Doyle, this is kind
Come
of
on, guys, it's wacky costumes. You can't say that Cap's green blinking boiler suit or bloody red clothing.
Who runs around in a green jumpsuit? Who? There you go.
The wackiest costume in comic.
Right there, and it's a suit.
There you go. I said it.
I mean, you're more like a costume, but this is
Exactly.
actually a jumpsuit.
Supersuit is a costume they wear, isn't it? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're not all wearing 3-piece suits.
That's like an adult onesie, isn't it? That green jumpsuit.
Right.
It is like an adult onesie. Pretty sure it is.
I don't know what happened there. What was it? Who won?
I think Gray's got
All
that.
right, Mr. Gray, you got an extra 3 points.
Absolutely fine. Thank you, folks. Thank you. I agree with your scores. Well done.
I'm sure you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Back to
Rival
Kyle.
of the week.
Well, he came up in round 1,
Mhm.
and I knew holding him out for round 2 might have been too long of a wait.
Mhm.
But we got to go with my favorite, who has never had a not ridiculous costume.
Yeah, I quite like
Except
the
for
red,
that
the red jacket
handsome
he
looking
wore.
one right there.
My
I like
favorite
the red
character
jacket
ever, but he's just ridiculous. Even though he can be made to look really cool if the right person paints him.
Suck up.
So this Matilda original, I had to take off my wall to just match with this to say it is horrid, but it can be awesome. So that's my suck up for the day.
I think his costume in the West Coast Avengers was even worse.
They're all bad. I don't think he's ever had a good costume.
No, that's a great one. That orange really pops on the green.
Looks cool, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not taking this out of the plastic.
Can you take it out of the plastic bag, please?
Nope.
Points off.
I'm out in the garage. This is an Avengers number 9. It's not coming out of the plastic. I'm keeping it covered up and everything, but
I didn't realize he showed up so early. Number 9 was his first appearance, was it?
Number 9.
Wow, I didn't realize it was early.
Arrived and died.
I read the facsimile last year.
I think he died in the same issue and didn't come back to the 70s.
It was something to do. They
decided not to keep it.
DC were going to sue him or something, so they killed him off, didn't they? I think that's the sort of story I heard.
I've heard that story.
It's going to be all right.
His backstory was quite interesting.
Matilda, I know that cover was crap. You don't need to get your toilet paper out.
You don't need to rub Kyle's nose in it. Only rub Doyle's nose in it when he does something like that.
No, but that does make him sniff it. Okay. Oh yeah, his suit is a bit silly. I don't get why he needs the goggles even.
Oh,
that never makes sense.
That's the pièce de résistance.
He probably doesn't want to show off his red glowing eyes, maybe.
Yeah, he had ionic eyes.
I did? Yeah, he made quite a shitty deal. Superpowers, but you're gonna die from a disease unless you get... If anything, I remember the villain's costume was even more ridiculous. Now, that was a wacky costume.
Yeah.
The Baron, whatever his name was.
The Jane Foster.
Was he in that one?
No, the bad guy, the Baron, whatever his name is.
Zemo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give this one. I'll give this one an 8.
Yeah. So it's kind
of the purple condom costume.
Yeah.
I wish Bill was more like Baron Zemo with a mask permanently stuck over his face. That would be Baron Zemo with a mask permanently stuck over his face. That would be better. Anyway.
I know my handsomeness is so distracting.
That's true. It's true.
All right. So here's another kind of wacky design, kind of weird spirals and things that just are weird. Camestro. He's got like this bands all over himself. He's got this. He's got the big circle.
It's not badass costumes. It's wacky costumes, Roger.
Wait, what are you pointing at? The villain or Luke Cage?
Yeah, the villain.
You can't tell me, that it means it's not a good drinking.
He's pointing at whichever one you think.
No, he says he got the circle on his head, and I'm like, you mean Luke Cage?
Right.
Yeah, look, you see all those lines, and then he's got a circle in his chest there. That's
he's like the Indian ladies. They have a shit ton of bracelets.
Yeah,
they're just lines on his leggings and it's like green, yellow.
You might be onto something. Maybe those are all bracelets, tight-fitting bracelets, Matilda. That's pretty fashion forward, isn't it? That's pretty fashion forward.
I think it's very practical armor, personally. I think there's like an armored element to it, so that's why it shows up like that. I think it looks cool. It looks badass, that costume.
Exactly.
Ray, did you pick this topic to correspond with Fashion Week? Is that what you
As you know, Mr. Gray watches Fashion Week all the time.
Absolutely.
Kyle's onto something. I could see that guy on a catwalk somewhere on Fashion Week with that.
I've even got a cat skin lap.
I quite liked Luke Cage's old costume. Hello, Poppy.
Okay.
The cat puts the lotion on its fur, right?
Yeah.
Or Mr. Gray won't feed it.
That's right.
No, I always feed Poppy. Took me out of the house now, but I didn't feed her.
That's true.
Oh yeah, you're living in her house.
Exactly.
Right.
She's Queen Leanie. We have to do as she orders.
Yep.
Queenie Leanie.
All right. That one's not as good as the first one.
No.
And the first one was terrible.
It's a bit, maybe not the most appealing look, but it's actually not bad.
No.
Maybe the lines are a bit ridiculous, but I'll give this one a 7.
Very fair.
Okie dokie.
All right. Someone's wishing you was back in Florida. All right. We've got issue number 26 with the ridiculous Stilt Man. One of the most ridiculous.
Okay, yeah, I drew him one time. His outfit looks retarded.
Yeah, that's just a ridiculous concept for a villain. I think.
Oh, Daredevil.
He started out as elevated shoe man, and they changed it to Stilt Man instead.
And he got some upgrades. That's right.
Just has a hard hat
awesome.
hoodie. That's no problem.
Hi, Kenneth.
Hey, Kenneth.
Hello, Kenneth.
Hey, Kenneth.
Oh dear.
I remember I drew him. His outfit is ugly.
He's kind of wacky. He's a kind of wacky power set. Literally, he just gets tall. And I could never understand how he gets beaten by Daredevil. That's armor he's got. And how can Daredevil get through his armor?
Well, if all he really has is the armor and the legs, Daredevil just has to knock him out with a car or something.
Yeah, that's what happened most of the time too.
But he's got his little blinking stick with tap tap.
Well,
tap,
tap. How we usually did it is Elektra would get down behind him.
Yeah,
Daredevil
and push him.
Like an rat ball kind of thing.
It just looks
or you could just go up higher than you can go into a building.
That's right.
And they get wearing armor. What I never understood is the part behind his head. It kind of looks like, the old cage suit that people used to wear like this.
You think Stilt Man can get away with like one step? He'd like swing, walk 2 steps, and Daredevil can't catch up to him. But never mind.
Maybe the back of his head was weak or something. I don't know. Concussion.
No, he can get a normal helmet. That's just if he has to turn, it's impractical. He can't see.
Right.
So yeah, that one is a wacky suit. I'll give you that. That's definitely that one is a 9.
All right.
And we all know George Lucas read that book because Daredevil swung around and tied off his legs and made him topple down.
That's right.
You think the strength and the hydraulics would?
Wait, George Lucas filmed Daredevil?
Enough of Stilt Man. Let's go to Pogo Stick Man for his next comic.
Well, this one I've never seen this comic book, so I figured I might as well use it anyway since I picked it up for.
Where are the puppies, Mr. Cap?
They're running around somewhere.
Cat stream, not puppy stream. How many times have I got to say?
This is the stainless steel rat.
Oh,
I demand the puppies.
Stainless steel rat is awesome.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite comics.
Stainless steel rat.
He's in two different eras.
His name is actually Rat.
Yeah. Number 3 too. So you know.
That's an Eagle comic.
British comic.
That would be a 10 if it was a split
Hello,
cover
easy
catalog.
comic reader. Good to see you.
Two different, equally awesome costumes. Right. Comic book, rather than being an actual costume on its own right.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, did anyone read the homework of what the theme is?
Wacky Super Suit.
Wait a minute, there's a theme for this one?
Yeah,
we're doing our best.
Apparently no one paid attention.
We're doing
So
our
pretty
best.
wacky.
I'm getting. I mean, if you look at it, right? Okay, if you just take the cover for what it is, that if that was the suit altogether, that would be pretty wacky. But it is, showing two different sort of versions of the same character, kind of thing. But all right, we can. It's up to Matilda. She's the judge. What she wants to.
Yeah, far be it from you to influence her one way or the other.
So she'd probably see it in the best light. You know what I mean? If it was me, it'd be
Hello,
like,
And Eagle Comics, the American printed version of 2000 AD book.
There he is.
Printed in New Jersey.
Hey, Watts.
No, it's a proper cat stream now. Watson's here.
That little British bastard.
That big British bastard. He's a chunky cat. Not weight-wise, but size-wise, he's huge.
Sturdy. He's a sturdy boy.
He's part panther.
Yeah, he's the brown panther. Oh, he's gone now. He's off to sleep. All right, Watson. Yesterday, he attacked Doyle.
Uh-oh.
Well done, that cat.
Bad Watson.
Strife among species.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know. We just know Doyle started barking, but maybe he just got scared of him.
They'll get used to each other, I'm sure.
They're already sniffing around, so it's okay. Right, Doyle? Jackson. Oh, Matt Spidey's here. Hello, Mr. Spidey. Yeah. I think since it's a cover, but it is two different costumes. If that was the costume, that would have been a 10. Because that is a ridiculous combination. But his futuristic one doesn't look that bad, honestly. It kind of reminds me of the, what's his name, Adam Strange?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Adam Strange's
the red
costume.
side, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll give this one a 7 though, because the cover is cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if anyone gets a chance to buy them, Stainless Steel Rat is a great story from 2000 AD. Great comic, great story. Anyway, I searched long and hard, for this next one. Let's put that down so you can't see what I'm showing.
You've never been involved with long and hard.
I've got this one, and the very next month, I'm calling this a Wacky Super Suit. It's not because the design of the suit is particularly wacky, but it's acting in a very wacky way because it's attacking the Atom. So here you say the revolt of the Atom's uniform, and the uniform is being wacky by attacking.
I thought you were going to show the same one again.
It's wearer. No, I just wanted to show how close these ones were in the run, but I just thought they both worked perfectly for the theme. His suit is acting wackily. It's,
well, we meant that the suit is supposed to look wacky.
Yeah.
You can determine it as you like, Matilda. I'm determined that it's acting in a wacky fashion. It's an unusual and bizarre way for a costume to act. So
I didn't know Atom was such a pussy without his costume. Come on, man. It's just a bunch of fabric.
Well, he's just a normal strength guy. He hasn't got any super strength or anything like that. So his posh costume.
Okay, but it's fucking fabric. Just
kind of soft, isn't he, Matilda?
Well, you can see the fabric has been brought to life somehow.
That argument is kind of soft as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I'm sorry, but this is the wackiest costume you're going to see on this show.
I keep hearing wacky, thinking I should have grabbed a couple of wacky racers.
I don't care what you guys say. You guys all know deep down that you lost this round. And you're
Matilda, punish him for his laziness. He only wanted to grab one comic to get two.
Yeah.
This is the wackiest costume in the show.
Double dipping in a
Watson is not impressed.
No.
It's absolutely wacky. Well, Poppy's impressed, and she's older and
Gray,
wiser.
the wackiest thing in this show is you.
Well, Poppy's stuck with you feeding her, so she has to pretend to like you.
Just pretend.
Yeah. You've got to fight your corner, baby. They're all against me as always. The judge is against me, the panel are against me, the black jury are against me.
And now your cat is against you.
That's right.
She can't vote.
And now Doyle's against you, sir.
Screw him, he's a dog. I don't care about him. He's a dog. You tell him, Poppy. Stick up.
Well, at least he knows where to go pee.
True.
Yeah.
Most of it.
On Bill's comics.
Okay. I mean, if this was costumes and act wacky, yeah, you're right. But this is women looking wacky.
Yeah, he clearly got it wrong.
It's not costumes that look wacky. It's wacky super suits. That super suit is being extremely wacky by attacking atoms. My logic would stand up in any.
My logic is supposed to look wacky.
Faulty, Matilda.
No, there was nothing. No one said they have to look wacky. He just says wacky super suits. That's the whole thing. You can determine it as you wish. There you go.
Okay, I'm the judge. I'll do as I want. So I'm giving
you go for it.
So I'm giving you a 6 because that's funny.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry, I like Adam's costume. I think it looks good.
Judging and shoved it down the sewers. Seriously, that is the worst.
Welcome to the club, Gray Man. Welcome to the club.
That's even worse than you gave a 9 to Blinky Cat with a Blinky Cat. Plasters over the nipples.
Now, Mr. Gray, don't be a sore loser.
No, I will be. I'll be a sore as I like, mate.
Yeah.
Watson, tell him something.
Oh my gosh.
All right, 1 vote for Mr. Bill. 1 vote for Mr. Cap. A pity vote for Mr. Bill.
I take them where I can get them.
Yeah. Yay, Mr. Ranger Slide. Hello.
Hey, Slide.
All right, another one for Mr. Bill, another one for Mr. Cap, another one for Mr. Bill, another one for Mr. Cap. Man, it's a tight one. You have 1 too, Mr. Gray.
So bloody hope so.
Okay, so I think we have a tie. Oh wait, another. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So we'll give another second. If no one, then we have a tie.
Honestly,
I wish we could have Bob on this one, since he's on the thumbnail.
Okie dokie.
Okay. All right, so 1 vote for you, Mr.
He
Bill.
doesn't have so much wacky
Cap.
super suits as skimpy super suits.
Right.
Well, they are wacky. I mean, imagine fighting in a bikini.
The wackiest super suit ever goes back to 1939, ironically. There you go.
That's a typical super suit.
What's more wacky than fighting somebody in a Speedo?
Yeah.
That is a Kirby, isn't it?
Is underwear really a suit? I mean,
all the time,
I mean, there's nothing super about it. It's just
well, you know, we can't show fisherman dicks, so they have to put something.
Fish dicks. Do you like fish dicks?
I can't tell if that's wacky, Kyle. Can you send it over to me so I can get a closer inspection?
Wacky,
please?
wacky.
You
I thought
know what?
about
Put it in my
fishing out
box,
some
Kyle.
of his. Oops, I grabbed
Put it
the
in my
wrong one.
box.
Thought about grabbing out some stuff with his full suit in it.
That would have worked. Yeah, that's a suit.
But
that's underwear.
come on, a Speedo.
Well,
What is more wacky than fighting in a Speedo?
I mean, Red Sonja fights in an armored bikini.
Yeah, but
Which
I would
again
call that a
is
suit.
pretty wacky, ridiculous.
Didn't you have a pair of those, Kyle, when you were in the
Doesn't
Coast
he
Guard?
have?
I still have a pair of these.
You bring him out on special occasion.
There's nothing super about his underwear. It's just
There's
There's nothing super inside
it depends on
underwear,
what's in
Mr.
it.
Metarog.
It
Right,
depends on what's in it. It could be super.
we need to ask Sue Storm. She knows.
Hey, and it can breathe underwater, so it can stay in there a real long time.
Yeah, would that count as a wacky costume? It's kind of like saying what Tarzan wears is wacky, but he's...
That's
if they were attacking him, that would be wacky. But as it is, that's just crappy.
You can really... I mean, you can't say it's wacky fighting in underwear. I mean, you got... Actually, Dr. Manhattan doesn't count. He's a radioactive man.
My wrestlers do it all the time, Matilda.
Namor, besides personality, Namor is good looking. So I'll give you a 7.
All right.
Okay.
It's not very wacky.
Right, put that one in my box, Kyle.
I think Watson approves.
Yeah.
He turned his head towards me.
That box. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to show a Kronos, but not the DC version, but the Marvel version.
Okay.
Now,
they both have a Kronos and they didn't have a bitch slap fight over it?
And they both have time powers, but this
really?
one, you can't see totally how wacky the costume is. So I'm going to show you a little bit different.
How did that happen? I mean, they took away Shazam's name just because they couldn't, they had a bitch slap fight over it.
You got
look at those colors.
The Kronos. Now, he's got like these wings on the side of his helmet and a clock dial on his head there.
I can't tell. Can you show us an interior shot?
We don't want to see the interior. That's
there.
Yeah, he's cheating, Matilda.
We need to see the cover, Mr. Metarog, not the interior. The interior doesn't help us in this case.
But you can see this is a dial, and these are wings on the side of his helmet.
Oh, that is a good.
How did they agree that this is okay, but yet having 2 different Captain Marvels they couldn't live with?
Probably because he wasn't very popular and they're not selling a lot of
probably.
I didn't know there was a
they're like, fuck it. It doesn't matter.
They are spelt differently as well. So that helps.
Nah, maybe.
And you have this inverted hourglass here.
That seems time related. Is
that's slightly like Stanley's writing. He's like, he hits you in the face with the obvious.
Kronos.
Like a god of time.
My cat is now asleep. He's been lulled to sleep by that horrible cover.
Nah, she just got bored.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that is more like it.
Not really.
If it wasn't for the wings and that, it would have been a pretty standard costume. But yeah, the hourglass a bit too obvious there, eh? And the wings and the clock here, that does look ridiculous.
Deep, rich colors.
I wish I brought the Hawkman comic you gave me, Mr. Gray. Now that was a wacky villain costume. It looked retarded. But anyway, I'm gonna give this one a 9. That's more like it.
Thank you.
Once again, you've scored that too highly. There you go. What do you expect?
Sour grape once again.
I should have been ready.
Yes, Mr. Bill, that is very disrespectful.
Now I'm ready, with all due respect. And Ghost Rider.
There's that woodpecker.
Number 75.
Ooh, look at that.
We have Steel Wind. And that is kind of a silly costume.
A little bit silly.
Yeah, that mask is dumb. It's like that new Batgirl mask from a few years ago that didn't even fucking cover her face.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Bub under that mask?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I don't think Bub could pull this one off. Maybe Vampy. I don't know if he can pull this one off.
Right. Just
send me a picture of that and I'll glue his head on top and we'll see.
Just wanted to cover all the bases there, Bill.
Oh, you know what, Scott? That's a good question. I hadn't noticed. Yeah, I guess her breasts are right there, aren't they? Huh. That's interesting.
Have you ever met a woman, Mr. Bill?
No, he hasn't.
They tend to have them.
That's true. I hear that.
He just doesn't pay attention.
Fellas have breasts too.
Doesn't pay attention to the details. That's all.
That's right.
Yeah.
If they have comic books in their hands, then I'll pay attention.
That's
then what you got to say to that bit of Steel Wind there, Matilda?
Now that was more like it. That's it. She does right. That is a wacky costume to wear, especially with the,
Plunging
she must have a lot of boob tape there.
Yeah.
A lot. Now that is definitely more like it. The mask as well. I'll give you an 8 for that one.
All right.
Okie dokie.
Rough category here.
All right, then, Cap.
Where are the wacky costumes? On other themes, you bring villains or heroes with stupid costumes. Today, not one.
You're just awkward, Matilda. Just admit it.
Let's go, Cap. Give it to us.
You can't be pleased with anything you show. You were same time with the ugly code.
Cap's got this round. I guarantee
Terrible.
Nah, you just don't know how to. Well,
thank you, Sly.
they're pointless.
Well, this comic book is Knight's Fool, The Fall of Splatman, which would be a parody of Batman, I guess. So I guess she would be a parody of Catwoman, which would be Mouse Woman.
Oh God! Look at that. Bob is gonna call you after to get that.
Yeah, he will.
What the hell is that?
Fucking hell! Look at that.
Bob just said claim in the comments.
Now I know what people see when they search up Mickey Mouse.
There's nothing wacky about that. It's a typical Catwoman type costume. It's just
it's reverse Mouse
Nothing
Woman.
wacky. I'm pretty sure she's about to need to be surgically removed from that costume.
What's that got to do with being wacky? There's nothing wacky, but it's like Catwoman's costume.
Those ears and that nose are wacky.
The mouse ears are a bit different. That's all. That's
a bit different.
Well, we've got cat ears on other costumes. No one
just
says
like a dominatrix Mickey Mouse.
Catwoman costume. There's nothing wacky about the color scheme or like anything like that. It's just got
only because you dress up in it every other week, there, Gray Man. That's why it's not wacky to you.
Cheese? I mean,
yeah, she's after that cheese.
Seems a bit overkill there.
I mean, all she needs is a fucking tail. I'm surprised they didn't draw one.
Yeah, it is missing. It'd be truly wacky if that had a tail.
I guess there was no room in that costume.
So rare condition.
Your mousetrap mind has caught that fault, Matilda. Well done.
That's the problem. I guess it's so tight on the ass they couldn't sew a tail on as well. Yeah, she's suffering from J. Scott Campbellism. It's a rare condition.
I'm sorry. Did you say Cap is a tight ass? Is that what?
No.
I'm missing that.
Hey, actual Dracula.
Hey, Drac.
See you.
Boy.
Now that is more like it. That's more in the realm of wacky and hot. Holy shit!
Yeah, fire alarm just went off.
Just imagine you go look in a museum. Not a museum. She would be in the cheese factory.
Yeah.
The guard turns on the light and you see this, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving that one a 9. The art on that is great too.
You really shouldn't, Matilda. You really shouldn't.
Come on, Cat.
The art is awful, and it's just a mouse instead of a cat. How is that wacky? But anyway,
have you seen her? She looks like a Mickey Mouse dominatrix.
Absolute crap. But anyway,
shall I repeat to the previous round when you showed the Atoms costume?
I know, which is the best one, but none of you guys have to capture that. Anyway, so here's alternate Earth versions of Justice League of America, wearing their wacky versions of the heroes' suits. So you've got a wacky suit version of Batman, a wacky suit version of Flash, and a wacky suit version of Green Lantern.
That is literally the best you can do.
Those are cool versions of cool suits already.
This is a bad portent for you, Greg.
Versions of the originals is my point. That's the point I was trying to go with. Wacky versions of the original Earth.
He's really missing on this category, isn't he, Matilda?
I think you guys need to look up the word wacky. You guys need to look up the word wacky. These are wacky versions of the original heroes' costumes.
Yeah, you're whacking it all right. I'll give you that.
Right.
Now, if I saw Hal Jordan a Speedo with a helmet with tentacles, yeah, sure.
Right.
Yeah, what is this?
I'm not talking about Hal Jordan. I'm talking about the villains from the other Earth are wearing different versions of the heroes' costumes. So they're wacky versions of the originals.
Matilda, if you don't punish him, he'll keep doing it. All right?
They aren't wacky in the original universe.
You've got to display
in our comic book reading universe, these are wacky because they are different to the original costume.
If this was derivations of hero costumes, that would be a 10, but it's not wacky necessarily.
How is that wacky?
It isn't, exactly. If it was
bizarre, those are bad versions. Actually,
he didn't want to lift the boxes, Matilda. He was lazy. He didn't want to go lift those boxes in his
Understandable.
That's right. Roger's hit it on the head.
The art is nice, so I'll give you a 7.
Right. That's nail on the head, that, Roger. This was the only comic book that was actually I just went for my read pile. I thought that'd do. They're wacky versions of the original. That counts.
You see?
But, no, wrong one.
Oh, Watson's all tucked in.
Vote for the wacky versions of the original costume.
Vote for the mouse ass.
I don't. That's the worst one. If anyone votes for Cap,
I know. Vote for the best one. Thanks.
Can you send me a photo of that, Mr. Cap, later?
Sure.
Please. Thank you. Okay. Even Mr. Sly agrees. All right. 1 vote for Metagimp. 1 vote for Mr. Bill.
Thank you, Ranger. Thank you,
another vote for Mr. Metarog. 2 more votes for Mr. Metarog. 1 for Mr. Cap. Another for you, Mr. Metarog. So that's, I think, 4. Yeah, 4.
Hey, Damien.
Another one for you, Mr. Metarog. Oh, another one for you, Mr. Metarog. That makes it 6. Yeah. Hi, Mr. Damien.
That's the whole chat right there.
Along with that crappy Cap.
All right, Mr. Metarog.
That's a bad
Mr. Damien.
So that's fine.
Looks like I split it with Roger. Is that what happened?
No.
Yeah, we tied again, Bill.
I'm on a roll. I've had 1 vote so far.
Call you butter.
All right.
Call you bread.
So while we're talking Speedos and skimpy outfits and ridiculous and boobs, let's just show some boobs. How about some cat teeth and teeth?
Wow. I did always think that color of the bikini top makes no sense.
A fabulous, sexy outfit.
Well, you only get half an hour to go with the theme. It shows.
Yeah.
Mr. Gray, you have a whole week.
Yeah, and my comics show that by being brilliant.
He got you, guys.
I can't help it if my way of looking at the theme was more cerebral than you could drag out. If I have to draw you a blinking diagram to explain what I'm talking about, then that's where.
Well, then explain next time. My God, you're like a woman. What's wrong? Wacky. Nothing.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Let him have it, Matilda.
What's wrong? Nothing. What's that supposed to mean?
You're like women. What's wrong, honey? Nothing.
Yeah.
And she sits so angry and doesn't explain.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
That's true.
I mean, that does count more because she has the teeth in her bikini bottom, and I always thought the color of the top makes no sense.
I guess that is a swimsuit. I guess.
Sort of.
And
I thought cats didn't like water.
And the cat amulet is what used to be able to change her back to human.
Watson really hates water. Every time he gets a sprint somewhere, he runs away as if you're chasing him with guns.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is more like it.
Not really.
No, it's not.
Not really.
Yes, it is.
Bikini. There's about 1 million superheroes who wear bikinis.
Not the bikini part, but the teeth and the color of the top do count.
Oi.
Blimey.
And it is a good looking cover. I'm going to give it an 8.
Oy vey, Matilda.
Okie dokie. All right then, Roger.
All right. So, again, like Grace said, in a sense, right, that wacky is sort of up to interpretation.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Don't you dare
Roger.
What's the take on the interpretation?
Time out, he said.
Matilda, whereas everyone
I was saying to a certain degree, right? But to me, like an ostentatious costume is pretty wacky.
What does Austin have to do with it?
Yeah.
So here we have Power Man and Iron Fist number 111 with this Captain Hero guy. Just, one of those costumes that just was Superman, but inverted colors with a big H in the chest.
Oh, for piss sake.
Did you say he's from Austin, Texas?
Yeah,
ostentatious.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I misheard that.
Well, at least there's some nice Iron Fist in the back.
Hey, one man's wacky is another man's wife, so.
I suppose.
All right, Matilda. Piat. Chase.
Is that a Belka?
True.
Big Word is a member of the
Me no likey wordy biggie.
This was a member of the Newsboy Legion.
I'm sorry, Mr. Metarog. That's not really wacky. I mean, It's the average costume. It's got the H on it.
Really wacky, Roger. It's an average costume. 10.
Shakes.
He doesn't even have anything stupid on his head, like some kind of retarded helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 7 because there's Iron Fist in the background.
Yeah. More than he deserved with that.
That
was a heat check. That was a heat check right there. He was trying to see what he can get away with. All right. We have issue number 7 of the Champions, and the Griffin has a redonkulous costume.
No.
Okay, can you get a bit closer, please?
I love the Griffin. There's nothing wrong with his costume.
Well, if you love him so much, why don't you marry him, Gray Man? Until that point,
Lisa got me first.
Until that point, I think we can all agree he has a ridiculous looking costume.
I mean, he has some nice cake there in the back.
He's got an excellent look. He's got a lion's claws and face and a mane, and he's got wings and he's got a tail.
Why is his face completely white, though?
I love the Griffin. He's one of my favorites. One of my favorites.
I mean, he does look wacky.
He's awesome.
But he
I love the Union Jack costume, Gray Man.
As well, Mr. Griffin. Mind you, his tail
talking to you.
His tail looks too high. I don't think he's got a funny look, but I don't think that's his costume though. His costume is just a plain red with a few spiky trims.
But he does look wacky. Why is his face white?
He looks wacky because he's part lion, part eagle, and part scorpion.
It's almost like he's a griffin.
His costume.
Fucking hell! Whoa! Who are his parents?
He drank this formula, which grew him a tail and wings and turned him all white.
If only there were a stream.
And if you look at his cover,
where we dove into the Champions Bronze Age run, yeah.
If you look into his cover appearances as well, he mutates as he goes along. The Griffin does. He gets more mutated each appearance.
Yep.
Oy. Sounds awful. All right. Now it does look really wacky though,
doesn't it?
Why did he choose like a tight skin outfit though as a Griffin?
Well, he liked to show off his curves.
He does have a nice ass.
Mm-hmm. That's
what he that. Well, I'll give this one an 8.
All right.
On the wackiness. Man, some looks bloody wacky, right?
Well, he had a bulkier costume, but then Kyle said he'd like to see him in a skin-tight costume.
Good choice, Mr. Kyle. Good choice.
Nothing hotter than a Griffin in a Speedo.
Indeed.
Well, this one's definitely a wacky outfit, especially to be fighting werewolves in, I would say. But
unless it's a silver armor, I agree.
At least a silver shaft. I don't know what kind of rubber boots and.
Okay, now that's more like it.
Now that's a sexy outfit right there. Is what that
God,
is. It's also fucking wacky. What kind of top is that?
I agree. There shouldn't be one there, but since there is, that's a pretty cool looking top.
You're fighting ninjas boots, you know, in a top.
Wow.
That is just we did Simon's
that says it all, Gray Man. I agree.
That is, I'm actually on Cap's side.
You're speechless, aren't
I
you?
wouldn't say it was wacky. That's an awful costume. Which if you describe awfulness as wacky, then I'm with that.
No, it's wacky. But for one, it doesn't even cover the boobs, and then
I disagree. I think
those lines in the middle.
Does her pants. Does she not understand what gravity does? I was right.
She doesn't need you. She's in her 20s. In about 20 years, but not at this point.
Hey, Bill, you're familiar with that, right? That's a comic put out by one of your neighbors.
That's awful.
What is Razor?
Everett Hartsoe is like walking distance to your house.
Oh, really? Had no idea.
You mean the creator of that comic?
Yeah, is like right there, and you're in Phoenix, right, Bill?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, he's right there in Phoenix.
Well, there you go. That's why I look.
He's a Jersey boy, but he's transplanted to Phoenix.
Oh yeah, it's one of the biggest exports from New Jersey, or people.
Yeah.
All right.
Probably left after the first bad winter.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, now that's a good wacky costume. It's just so impractical too. Maybe just to fight werewolves like that, unless she's some kind of superhuman. But still, that is wacky. Well, that is neat. And it has underboob. Where's Simon when you need him to explain what underboob is in that video? If she had skimpy underwear, that would have just been. But since she does have some butt cover,
you can't tell.
Now you can tell it's like one pant leg is very short and the other one's longer. And still, I will give this one a 9.
Okie dokie. Right then. Right, so the Legion of Superheroes, they've got so many different characters. I was trying to find a good cover that showed these costumes. Is it Tyrock, Roger, the black guy who's got like the chains going across his chest? He looks daft. But I've gone with Cosmic Boy's absolutely terrible costume where it was just like 2 strips of material down his sides and his shoulders are bare.
I decided to go the Vampirella look, okay?
The middle of his chest. That's his costume. I just think that's the wackiest.
That is fantastic.
Well, finally, it only took 3 rounds for you to show something.
Yeah, this one with whatever this guy is with his purple helmet, if you want to call it that, magenta helmet.
Hey, Gray, don't talk about your purple helmet.
White, blue. I
thought you were talking about Cosmic Boy here.
These other villains here have got some weird costumes on as well.
He's misbehaving.
You've got Colossal lad there who's got a bit of a weird.
You don't need anything besides Cosmic Boy for this.
I think so, but it was hard to find the one where it showed him off the best, but or worst, whatever you want to call it. But this costume is just bizarre.
It's like Justice Machine, I think.
It's a minimalist design.
Yeah, it's close to the guy Tower from Justice Machine, but I'm pretty sure he didn't have nude bits. I think he had a T on his chest.
Remember, he's got magnetic powers.
No, he had
powers.
They also didn't like pull the fabric till the end, which made it look ridiculous. But yeah, that's like he's entering a Miss Universe swimsuit contest.
Hey.
Yeah, how does he hold it on exactly? That is very weird.
Remember, he's got magnetic powers, so he can.
Yeah, so you reckon it's a metal costume?
Well, keep in mind he doesn't have any boobs, so he doesn't have anything that needs to be held.
Just go bare chested, you know?
So he's got
bare chested.
Yeah, might as well. Unless it was too indecent to show nipples.
Just go like
I used to
tassels. That's all you need.
That costume would thwart the dreaded nipple attacks.
Exactly.
Right? Because he's protecting that section right there. That's very smart.
I wore those outfits in Rocky Horror. There's nothing.
I bet you did. And that was just
literally. I cannot deny.
No, I don't think it's a metal suit. It looks retarded though. But yeah, that is. Why did it take you 3 rounds to show this?
Because anyway, 3 other great comics to show before it, Matilda. That's why.
Besides the first one, I don't know what you mean. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna give this one a 9. That is indeed a fucking wacky costume.
Wow.
Wacky dokie.
I mean, come on, look at it. It has those squares as well. What the fuck?
Right, jury time.
Now this one's up. Of course, when I showed this one, if Stubby would have had some slippage, we would have shown some purple helmet there too.
Well, if he was wearing a bikini top, I'd give it to you.
Vote Wacky.
Vote for Watson.
There's obviously a wide
swath
of opinions as to what Wacky is.
Yes, there are.
Vote for my purple helmet.
I mean, I wouldn't consider Slingers wacky, just the black.
I don't know, Mr.
Which would you wacky
to? Wacky.
Which would you wacky to more, a tiger or a razor?
All right, we got 2 votes for Mr.
I'm thinking it
Gray.
as an adjective, Kyle.
We got 3 votes for Mr. Metarog. We got another one for you, Mr. Gray. 1 for Mr. Bill, 1 for Cap. So we got a tie between you and Mr. Metarog currently.
All right.
Man, I just can't buy those.
Another one for you, Mr. Gray.
Less wacky than Roger's costume. Come on, guys. Vote Wacky.
Again,
we'll give it a few more seconds.
Gray Man, Roger, and me.
Oh man!
Now, Mr. Gray gets the extra 3 points. Bless you.
That's what I meant.
One, do we? Well done, Las Cruces. Well done. Right. All right, it's the last round then. Over to Kyle.
Well, bad guys in purple. It was an eeny, meeny, miny, mo of that or that. I think I'm going to go, since I'm replacing Ross another one of my favorite characters. This is one of my favorite books ever. Just a wacky purple assassin's costume.
Oh, boy.
He's not an assassin.
With another purple helmet.
He's a
why is it so dark?
Yeah, so you can't see it, Matilda. I think.
So you can't see him.
That's a sweet relief.
Even brought out the action figure of how ridiculous he is.
That's a great looking costume.
Well, I mean, besides the purple, I don't really see the ridiculousness of it.
But you like purple, so that makes it not ridiculous.
Gray Man, did you give Kyle 3 minutes to get his
I
book?
don't know. I think I must have told him the wrong theme. I think I must have told him characters you really like rather than
Paladin. Is he related to Palpatine?
The characters I really like tend to be pretty stupid, so.
I don't know. He doesn't look very wacky. I mean,
No.
He seems to be standardly dressed.
Looks pretty badass, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, Captain Carrot.
Maybe he behaves wacky, but we're with the wacky costumes.
Should we spare Kyle's feelings by not giving that a score and go straight to Roger?
The first non-score in the history of the show. Yeah, that might be.
I will fucking take it. Please, I beg you, give me a 0.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad.
No, give me a 0.
Close.
No.
I say 0 for theme, but 5 for art.
Bring him to the
the art is fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, the costume is particularly wacky, but I'll give it a lucky number. I'll give it a 7.
Oh.
I do love
How?
I'd have preferred a 0, but I'll take it.
How has that scored more than my blinking wacky suit attacking the blinking wearer? Come on.
Oh, fuck off with that one.
Yeah.
Not wacky. It wasn't wacky at all.
Now for another 7.
Neither was that one.
You have to move forward in life, Gray. You can't look back.
Watson agrees with me.
That's right.
You know,
always looking
the
back.
past is in the past, right?
I don't forget. I'm like an elephant.
Yeah, you are.
Forget.
So
I've got a big nose. I don't forget, and I like currant buns. I'm like an elephant.
Okay, you done? Diatribe over? Okay.
Oh, he's finished. All right.
I'm done.
So this here is Fantastic Four 315 with Master Pandemonium.
Yeah.
What's interesting about him, he's got these horn kind of mask, which is weird, and then his limbs are actually demons. His limbs are actually demons, and this star in the middle are parts of his soul.
That's a great looking.
Wait, does he have an arm made of 2 demons? That's very impractical.
Isn't it?
All his limbs are demons, actually. Yeah, but that's just the one protruding right now. Yeah.
Oh my God! I wonder what's his nether regions look like then.
Oh, Roger's
Wicked and Speed came.
Yeah, Roger's actually written a thesis on that whole.
I Pandemonium. Awesome.
I read it. Yeah.
Master Pandemonium.
I'm the only one that's read it, Roger.
I was going to say I didn't know that was published, but okay.
Well, he stole it from your computer via the woodpecker.
I found it in my search for tentacle porn.
I thought I heard a pecking around lately. Yeah.
Yeah, now that is a wacky. I mean, considering his limbs are made out of demons that just
but that's not part of his suit, though,
Yeah,
Matilda.
that's
His
just
limbs
part of
being
him.
demons is part of his body, not part of his suit.
So smutty. That's true, Jackson.
That reminds me of that one video. Oh, so smutty. Yeah, but I mean, it's still, when he goes to the fight, you see the arm. That would be a part. I imagine he changes it when he needs to fight, right?
Yeah, he can turn them loose at will, yes.
So that would be part of his powers in the suit then.
No, that's part of his body.
Well,
but still,
it
does look wacky.
His suit does contain them, so in his body, that's true, yeah.
I'm giving this one a 9.
Yay!
That is a wacky looking dude.
Okie dokie.
I try, but the hair, what can you do? Oh, you mean the
don't talk to me about hair.
Yeah, don't encourage him.
I feel like Master Pandemonium because my soul's just been ripped out by that score.
Wait, you have one?
Well, yeah, more one than you have. Matilda. Come on now.
He's like a redhead, isn't he, Matilda?
Yeah, but
like
that's the charm.
All right. We have from 1963 a Carmine Infantino cover with Flash.
Oh.
Number 100.
I remember this one.
Hold on.
Is
Point of order. In the Ugly Clothes themed show, you showed that one. That's repetition and should be marked down.
That is a 10 right there, Matilda. That's wacky.
Yeah, that is retarded.
Yeah, and that's a double toot too. So Matilda really
that's true.
Oh God!
That is.
Don't say anything.
He's tooting twice.
When we did the Ugly Clothes theme, Matilda gave that a 7, so I'm expecting the same score this time.
Hey,
it fits this Graham, so much better.
Gee, he's blowing. You should blow. You should teach
He's blowing double.
He needed the money, Kyle. He needed the money.
No, the horn only comes out
horn.
That's a lot of yellow back there, Bill. I don't know.
Don't let the naysayers talk you out of it, Matilda.
Oh, I wonder where Mr. Werewolf is. He's not able to join us. Yes.
Elongated man's costume's kind of silly too. It's a 2.
It's purple though. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as far as ugly, it's not too ugly, but it is a wacky thing to wear to a fight.
Isn't it?
The hat, the shirt. I mean, you'll be easily recognized. Just look for the weirdo dressed in green with the
You're not
polka dot
intimidating anybody with that outfit.
Bill does shop at thrift stores, so
no, but my grandma would steal it.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. That is a wacky one, and it is green. I'll give that one a 9.
All right.
Okie dokie. Right,
especially for the double tooting.
Your last comic book.
Well, this one's kind of weird because I was going to use a Vampirella, but then I decided to use this comic.
You should have.
This is close, but
my zombie tramps.
Well, let's go with Panthra, the Hunted Passion.
She's wearing
that is
leopard.
A fantastic.
She's wearing leopard. She's wearing blue leopard.
I remember how much you used to hate leopard skin costumes, Matilda.
I do. I remember that.
No, I hate them on
Jungle
in
high heels. Even
there's
there
no variety. I hate them on
Fine.
Jungle Girls because there's no variety there. It's always fucking
Panther.
leopard.
She's a jungle girl.
No,
He's
she's
pandering
not.
to you, Matilda. You've got to
Okay,
see
the Jungle Girl.
How is
Where's
that
that
wacky?
in the jungle?
That's
There's
sexy.
nothing wacky.
That's
Yeah.
not wacky.
That's definitely not wacky.
Mr. Metarog, you called that sexy?
There's a
I'm
difference,
shocked.
Cap, between wacky and whackable. All right,
Yeah,
I think you're confusing those two things there.
No,
I like how you're using your hand here, Bill.
Quite enough sayers in love with Panther. Fair enough.
I mean, Cap is trying to distract you from the obvious here.
Yeah, get out of here with that one, Cap. Get
It's
out
a
of here.
wacky outfit, I tell you what.
I mean, if she's out to fight someone, that is a wacky outfit, especially if she has no superpowers.
They would eat you alive, Jackson.
Yeah, you roll yourself in catnip and have a night with Tiger. I'd go there for sure.
What's up, Norman?
We're not gonna find Jackson after that.
Norman says hashtag.
That art is fantastic, though. That is great art.
Hashtag Panthers are not wild.
Yeah, if she's wearing that outside to fight, and that is wacky, but also sexy.
Not.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Ugh.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
She might not have to fight in that
Right,
costume.
okay then. Once again,
Now
I'm
she just
not
has
get
to
much
open
fun.
the testicles.
The guys will just, faint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure about the spelling either. I went with Matilda's spelling. I spelled it with a H, but she spelled with an A without a H, so I went with Matilda's spelling. I'm not sure which is correct.
Shit, did I forget the H?
I don't know. I thought it was WH, but I'm not sure it matters.
Oh dear, my bad.
Whatever. Right, so once again, my theme, I thought these are wacky versions of their normal costumes, but that didn't work for me earlier. So I
think it is spelled with an H because what comics has an H?
So this is some kind of alternate world version,
wacky spelling.
Alternate universe version of the Legionnaires. So you see, they're all wearing wacky versions of their normal costumes.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
those
what
are
I was going with.
What?
So you
Once
got
again,
Lass in this strange outfit here.
alternate
You've got Cosmic
version.
Boy with a little magnet on him. You got Saturn Girl with a turban. Saturn Lass, Saturn Girl, whatever.
You don't go out much, do you?
No, no, he doesn't.
So, there you go. That's what I'm going with.
Clearly
Wacky
not.
versions of their normal
Oh,
supersuits.
man.
And these are quite wacky as well, to be honest. They're not
I
very-
mean, the guy with the magnets is a bit silly, but the turban isn't really that silly.
Well, I think it's wacky. Well, it works both ways because it's wacky because of weird little foot. But put it this way, it's more wacky than a woman in a terrible bikini, Matilda. For Christ's sake, get some bloody well clarity in your
Matilda,
mind.
each week, let's make sure Gray Man understands the theme, okay?
Get out of this is wackier than anything you guys have shown. Just for the
this was a rough theme. This was a rough theme.
Don't come it.
No, it's not. It's
this was rough. This was rough. No tens. The whole.
She never gave me 10 for clothes either. That she was in a funny mood that week as well.
I wasn't in a funny mood. You didn't show anything that ugly in my eyes, and I am the judge.
That's fair.
Yeah, exactly. It's a homage, but it's wacky versions of their normal costumes.
Yeah, it's like
How wacky is it, for fuck's sakes? Have you never seen a bloody turban?
In any of their
Bill's over there eating popcorn, just soaking this in, you know. He's like, I hear a 7. I hear a 7.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, dude.
Adine.
It's not really. I mean, it might some of them be a bit silly, but wacky.
Yeah, wacky and silly are practically the same things, aren't they?
No.
You're being silly, not wacky. Yeah.
Chitiri.
Well, Watson is showing his ass, and you know what that means.
That means 5.
Yeah, the art is nice. The costumes aren't really out.
Hero man, who's just a normal superhero costume.
Okay, I'll give your costumes a 7.
Oh,
what?
A gift scored.
Yeah, you ain't joking.
Oh, so
Christmas came late.
Oh boy. This has been an experience.
That's one way to put it.
Go back and watch the ugly clothes stream that we did. Blow, that was a nightmare.
I think Rayman won that one.
Hey, we can't complain about too many 10s and then complain about no 10s.
All right, we got 3 votes for you, Mr. Bill. Wow, we have 4. Holy shit, we have 6.
Bill.
One for you, Mr. Gray. Holy shit, Mr. Bill. I guess polka dots are wacky.
I got 1 vote the whole round.
Bill.
You're welcome,
Thank you, Shaq.
I guess the axiom is true. Every dog does have his day.
It was good to have you on.
If I'd had time to fish him out, I'd have come with 4 Bush Man, Skate Man, Polka Dot Man.
Yep, that would have been the way to go.
Those would have been so easy. The fact nobody came with 4 Bush Man kind of surprised me.
I couldn't find my non-brand X, so I couldn't.
I'm surprised none of you brought Vampirella.
It's just not a wacky costume, is it?
No, I thought about it. I'm like, that's a gorgeous costume. Another wacky one.
Yeah, people like. Well, mind you, who knows? Who knows what the jury will vote for? Matilda give points to. Nobody knows.
Thanks.
I went through 2 boxes and said, "All right, I'm done." So they were kind of snazzy boxes, though, coming out with Avengers 9 and Subby 1 and.
I like Golden Age Green Lantern.
All right, so while she's tallying it up, I'm going to scold everybody on here that didn't watch us on Wednesday.
No,
for all you stoners out there. We had Mike Zapsik from Comic Book Men on the show Wednesday.
Cool.
We had a direct link to Kevin Smith on the show doing trivia with us. Hard trivia, too. Hard trivia. So that was fun. We got JMD Mateus, which still blows my mind to say my friend JMD Mateus is making
I saw that one.
Third or a 4th appearance on our show. Is it the 3rd or the 4th appearance coming out?
I'm not sure.
This is like the 3rd appearance. We've got him coming up March.
Oh, on what date? I want to see the DeMatteis one. I like the interview you had with him.
Yeah, that's Wednesday, March 13th. We got Bob Burden, the creator of the Flaming Carrot, in the queue going right now. Possible Howard Chaykin coming up.
So, maybe you got to advertise that on Instagram, Gray, before those guys come on.
I don't.
But go back and watch them. That shit. That was 45 minutes of hilarity when we had Mike Zapsik on there.
All right.
So just crazy trivia. I damn near won too, and the guy's an encyclopedia, and I'm an idiot.
When you guys got another
and a year in, I'm still in the queue for Neil Gaiman. So I haven't heard no yet.
I think it's a very, very long queue with a no at the end of it, personally. But anyway. Well, you got anything coming up, Cap? You stopped doing your shooting the ship and all that? You was doing
I might do something live tonight, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. And when you guys got another look at a series from end to end, it could be a while now, isn't it? Because Roger's away.
Maybe March. We're looking at for Moonlight.
I did bring them with me, so yeah, I think early March. I'll get a hold of you like in a week or so, Bill.
Midnight.
Yep, that'll be exciting. Looking forward to that.
I will have my Defenders and my Moonlight runs completed when I see Mark at the Mart on Sunday week, because I ordered them from America. I ordered them on eBay in America because they're cheaper, and he got them on his stacker he sent to his place, and I have to pay him a little bit for postage. It works out cheaper than trying to buy them over here. So
Ray, you made out like a feckin' bandit on Mark's Whatnot show yesterday. You got a stack of comic books from that just gifted to you.
Wonderful.
Just for shits and giggles, I gifted Greyman is it Batman Annual 6 or Detective Annual 6?
Good one. No,
Detective Annual 6 from 1963. So.
Right, let's go to the judge's final decision.
Yeah, we have tied today, gentlemen.
Jackson's misbehaving.
Yeah.
He came in last.
Jackson. I have a tag video. Mr. Daniel, if you're still here, I tagged you to do it. You'll see it tomorrow. It's a reading tag.
I got one jury vote. I know I'm last today. So.
Well, you only have half an hour to get your comics together, and it was still better than Cap, so I wouldn't worry about it.
It's good to have you on, Mr. Kyle.
Yeah, thanks for coming in last minute, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, so fourth place this week with 37 points is Mr. Kyle. Woo!
And if you'd have given me the 0 I wanted, I'd have got a 30. How about that for a non-losing show?
Man, no one broke 50 today, I tell you.
There's no 10.
No 10.
Okay.
You weren't digging what you were putting down, Matilda.
Third place this week with 40 points is Mr. Cap. Woohoo!
Well done, Mr. Cap. Right. Well done.
Oh, this is going to be insufferable. Gray's going to win.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows?
Let me know what you're doing, Mr. David. I'd love to see yours. Okay.
Kyle Mason.
Second place this week with 44 points are Mr. Metarog and Mr. Gray.
Gray Amazing.
Woohoo! And first place this week with 45 points is Mr. Bill. Woo!
How is it possible?
1 point.
You like me. You really, really like me.
See, if you give me a proper score for that atom, I would have been the winner this week.
You do kind of look like Sally Field.
What's the blinking atom?
Atom.
Let me at him.
Ray Palmer, mate. Ray Palmer. Atom. Right, what do you want to add to the wheel, sir?
Why don't we go with
why don't we go with a numbers theme? Matilda loves them.
No numbers, for fuck's sakes!
I'll go with Silver Age. Just Silver Age. Can we do that?
Silver Age.
Yeah.
I already know what I'm going to put on that thumbnail.
Your originality just always. Bill.
Okie dokie then. I'm going to spin the wheel. What does that mean, Bill?
Now, Mr. Bill,
that means first spin is the win.
How right you are, sir.
Let's see what are we stuck with next week.
Let's see if Roger's got them in his collection. Mate.
Let's see.
Give him to New Jersey.
Good point.
What's that say?
What?
No, I don't have those. No.
Yeah, there's no way Roger would happen to have a handful of waterfalls.
No, I don't have those.
Right.
Yeah.
How about we just make it the waterfalls from something? Just to make it easier. Out of a glass, something.
That's a waterfall.
Any water?
Any
waterfall.
It can't be rain though, because you've got precipitation as another blinking theme.
Yeah,
so
that I do have.
Like from a jug or water.
Yeah, something like that.
Anything like that.
Or let's say a tank is broken and water comes out of it.
Yeah,
that works.
Like that. Or Hydro Man.
Yeah.
Like
any kind of artificial way, like out of a hose or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, from a hose.
Yeah. Damien says to draw waterfalls on the bags.
On the bags.
Yeah.
Right. You're severely overestimating my artistic talents.
I have a TLC.
I think only Mr. Ray would be able to participate. He's going to pull out like 4 boxes.
You're right,
already.
Water, but not rain. Okay?
Norman has it right.
Yeah, no rain.
On the rolling water.
No rain. No rain. No snow. None of that.
From the Silver Age, wearing wacky costumes.
No, not that. That's too niche. That's too niche.
That is way too niche.
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Have a great weekend. See you next week for Waterfalls.
No, have a look, Roger. Let us know if you definitely haven't got any. I'll ask Ray then. Cheers, mate.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.